and I just woke up. Even though I said I would start waking up at 5 a.m. in 2023, one New Year resolution already going down the drain, but we will try again tomorrow. Okay, I just took a shower. I am hungry. I need to feed. That sounded so weird. It sounded like something a vampire would say, but I need to find food. So let me do that and I will be right back. What do we have here? Okay. My fridge is empty. I haven't cooked in a very long time. I don't have the time. Hey, I do need to get some work done now. I will get into the main reason why we're all gathered here today, which is to see what the collapse looks like now. And I will show a few or another place that has collapsed after the room collapsed. And yes, I am still in the same house, but I will show a few more places that are about to collapse and somewhere else that has collapsed after that. But basically, this house needs to be brought down completely and rebuilt. But we all know how Lagos landlords can be, and I doubt that they would want to bring it down because they won't want to spend that much money. But this house needs to be brought down. It's an old house. This house is about 40 something, if I'm not wrong, and I don't think there's been any maintenance work done on it. My cousin and I got the space and we sort of tried to elevate the look and just make it a bit more habitable. We did a lot of work in it. The structure seemed strong at the time. This was a few years back, so it's not something that we just moved into recently. The rent was really good. Well, it was really good, so we just took it and then we kind of did the whole place up. I will leave soon. I have found a place, or I hope I found a place. You know how Lagos house hunting can be. You find a place and then you find out that the rent you were given is not the actual rent, and then you meet the agent who showed your agent the house, but then there's another agent who's the main agent, and that main agent is saying the houses, not the rents that your agent told you it was. And it's just too many things. But now there are three people on one flat. The flat is really nice. It's a new building, well finished. So I'm just hoping I get picked, because they're saying it's not about having the money to pay for the rent, it's about the person, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I'm really praying, fingers crossed, that I get this space because I need to move. And my house is in a mess now because I'm currently in moving mode, and I'm just like rearranging stuff and like getting things that I will be moving with, because I will retain some things here for a few months and then just gradually move my things, but I won't be sleeping here. Yeah, so let me get some work done and I will come back to showing you guys the room and other places in the house. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I am done with work. So now behind me is the room. Let's see what it's looking like now. I can't even believe I'm showing this on camera because it's a mess. It's a big mess. Yeah. Yep. Let me get more light into the space. Hold on. Okay, so this is what it is looking like. I, of course, wasn't sleeping here anymore. I had moved to my living room. And sometimes I would sleep in my cousin's room. This is what they came and they did, and they patched it up. And this is what they did to the wall. So in the process of splashing the cement upwards, it splashed all over the wall. And I had told them to please get these construction nylons to put everywhere so it doesn't splash it. But they didn't listen to me, and the artisan came and worked. So basically I turned this place into a store. I just have a bunch of things stored here. I have curtains up there. I will post the video of the room makeover before this collapse, because I did do a lot of work in this room just to make it more pleasant for me. And then this happened and ruined everything. So now I have to leave. I do like this area a lot, but where I've gotten or where I'm hoping to get is not in this area anymore. Yeah, I just have a messy space here. I have plywood, and this is just an extension of my storage, and it's a mess, but I can't really do anything about it right now. I have appliances I'm trying to sell out. So after the work was done, they didn't come to fix up the wall or paint. They didn't come and clear this place up. The agent had said I should take out like 30,000, that it would probably be enough to paint and screed the walls back, but it wasn't enough, which I made them aware that it wouldn't be enough. But then I just left it because I was like, you know what, I can't stay here for another year, of course. So I left it like this, and I'm not touching it because why would I? But it's quite disgusting, I won't lie. Currently, I can't do anything about that, so I would just leave it like this and leave in peace. Let me show the other place that has collapsed after this. Came back home one day and found this on the floor. It had collapsed while I was out. This could have easily fallen on my head. My lovely love sign has refused to stay back up. I love love. I just love love. Other places that seem like they would be collapsing soon. This one is on the corridor, and if you can see the crack going across the ceiling here and here. The one in the room never had any cracks, but this one is very clear. The one outside also had cracks, but then like we didn't think it would drop. But then I had actually told the landlord. Looks like, oh, these wires outside disgust me. The ceiling in the living room looks fine, but then it's so thin because when my neighbors upstairs are moving around, these wires are so disgusting. When my neighbors are moving around, I can hear every noise, every sound they make. But that already shows that it's thin and it might collapse as well. This is another ceiling in the house. As you can see, it's drenched. I believe it's water, and I think there's a toilet above. It doesn't smell or anything, but I hear when the neighbors upstairs flush, like I can hear the water flowing. And this is the last room. As you can see, the ceiling also has patches. All the deckings in the house are bad. They will probably just patch it up and then rent the space out to somebody else. But I have this urge to come back here after I leave, check the place, and if I see anybody here, and just show the person videos. Like, you need to leave this place. Tell them to give you back your rent. That's if they don't bring the space down and do proper work on it. Because this space is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, that's that. I try as much as possible not to sleep here too often. Towards the end of the year and the new year, I've been here. I have found a place. It's a really nice flat. It's new. It's well finished. It's great, but it's small. And considering the amount of things I have, leftover materials from work, I basically turned my house into storage. I have a lot of things that might not fit there, so I would just find a place to keep them, and then it will also help me to just downsize on the amount of things I have. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of furniture and stuff. I would really love to find a place around this area because I'm so used to the environment already. Well, most of the houses here are old houses like this one, and would most likely need work done on it before I could move in. But the new ones, on the other hand, they look good. They're fewer, they look good, but they're so expensive, at least for my budget, because for some people it might be considered affordable. I'm looking for something within my price range. I'd like to live below my means, not above it, not on it. Yeah, I just feel like that's a more practical way of living and being able to spend wisely. My agent, who is a great guy, like he always has really nice spaces. He found this house for me. Unfortunately, he didn't get it directly. You know how house hunting in Lagos can be. He has a colleague who is actually the person who told him about the house. We decided to go and meet the agent who is in contact with the landlord. So that's 3 agents now in between. Only for us to get there, and then that agent is telling us that the rent that the agent had told me is not the actual rent, it's actually higher. So imagine my devastation, because I was already ready to pay that day. And then I find out that there are 3 people on the same flat that I want. I'm just praying that I do get it, because I need to move. before the month runs out, like next week. This is currently 3rd of January, so I need to move like next week. But I will retain some things here because I do have, I think legally you have at least 3 months before the landlord can say you should leave the space. So I will leave some things here while I try to get rid of them, because everything I have, there's no way it can fit. The new space is really tiny. This is a 2-bedroom, that's a mini flat. So I am hoping that I'm able to get rid of a lot of things. I do have a declutter page where I'll be selling out a few things, so you can check that out. I will leave that link here. If you are interested in buying any of the things, just send me a DM. But yeah, I'm so happy and I'm grateful to God that I'm alive. It's really been something. And I will post the video of the room makeover before the collapse happened. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Tschüss!